This podcast is called Talk and Be Nice, which means there is no right or wrong answer. There never is. You just saying your perspective on the questions. And like I said, there's no right or wrong. However, if we feel like you lying, we will call you out. That's why it's called Talk and Be Nice. But as long, truth's a point of view. So as long as you saying what you feel, ain't nobody gonna question that. Especially today, because today we've been kind of PG, we've been kind of all good energy, which we will have good energy today too. But we're gonna talk about a little bit more controversial topics than we've been doing recently. So when I say, like I tell everybody, this is not live. So if you say something and you go home and realize I shouldn't have said that, just hit him, hit me, tell somebody to edit it out, and it will not come out. But if you wait until it hits YouTube and you watching it and realize I shouldn't have said that, just keep that to you because I ain't taking it down. Most of these aren't me, but they are controversial. What I will tell y'all is this is a conversation, not a debate. So just because somebody says something you don't agree with, do not correct them unless it's factually incorrect. Just because you don't agree, that ain't what we looking for. And if they say something that's factually incorrect, then say something. Other than that, let them rock. We're not here to debate each other. We're just here to talk. So keep that in mind. Because if you try to start arguing, I'm going to tell y'all now, y'all wasting y'all time on editing it out. Don't waste anybody's time. So
Do I have to? Can I just sit here and observe y'all? Like, off camera?
what I would say, yeah, you can sit over there and be off camera.
Yeah, and just observe y'all.
Yeah, what I will say, if you're not on camera, you can't answer the question. We don't want no awkward ass, no voice from the back. Just yelling every day.
No.
It ain't too late.
Yes, y'all. Yeah.
Ain't too late. Anybody else?
Working out.
I'm still good in the camera. Got his moment now. So, if everybody else is good, we gonna start it in 3, 2.
You can't buy happiness,
Gee, I think we got one.
but you can buy local. And that's kind of the same thing. Support what supports you. Here at the Talk to Me Nice podcast, we support all local entrepreneurs. Please contact a local business for any and all of your needs. And when you get there, remember to talk to them nice. Now, you can take my word for it if you so choose. But here at the Talk to Me Nice podcast, we felt it was time to put faces to logos. If you have a business, send a 20-second clip explaining your business and how to contact you. Those videos will be placed throughout the podcast episodes moving forward. For the community, by the community is what we stand on. Setting a standard, or some may say, setting a legacy.
Hey y'all, I'm Khadijah Myers. I'm the owner of Legacy Boutique Plus Size and More, but I carry women's apparel for sizes small through 5X. I also have accessories such as sunglasses and purses and more, and we do a lot more in store. But I also do have a website at www.legacyboutique.online, and you can also come shop with me if you're local in Middle Georgia at 3510 Highway 41 North, Suite 2010.
I'm gonna make it short, but we went through this together. Actually, this is around the time we talk about it all the time. The Drake album, Nothing Was the Same. So I was talking to this chick. We went crazy. We went. She moved to Selma for school or whatever, and everything was going copacetic. I did for her mama. I bought her things. I gave her everything in the world. I was head over heels. How we met, we shouldn't even keep talking. But anyway. One day, she asked for the playoff age when they re-released. It was back in 2013, 14.
Yeah.
And bottom line, we driving up there. It takes us forever. We don't even see her the first day. We stay overnight. Finally get to see her. These dudes walking out her hotel because they didn't have dorm rooms. I'm like, oh, what's up? And he looking at me like,
I gotta tell this. Once he done, I gotta say it from my point of view.
yo, this is the wildest breakup ever, bro. So it's like, hey, we gonna give him the quick version so we move along. So he looked at me like, yo, you don't get what's going on. So like we land there and I'm talking to him like, man, I missed you, whatever. And then like I give her the shoes and she texts him. I'm like, yo, yeah, the dude just walked out of here. Long story short, she just did whatever with this guy and let me shake his hand. And I was like, yo, we done. I don't don't want to be with you no more. This is it. I was like, give me my money back or give me the shoes back or whatever. She said, I'm keeping the shoes. She was that mad about the shoes. I'm keeping the shoes. So we went to the ATM. She gave me the money. It was like ATL. She in the back seat. I'm driving. I'm mad. Her roommate is here, raising the back like.
I've been frustrated for like at least 12 hours.
It's $200 worth of 20s, like a strip club. She just smacked me in the face with a while I'm driving. After she got caught.
Hold on, he missed the most important parts of this story. Hold on. From my point of view, as a friend who had nothing to do with this, so I'm not blind to none of this. So it is when Nothing What to Say came out. That's the last CD we ever bought. And we stayed together then, so we booming it at the apartment the whole time. Like we singing it. He like, yo, I miss my girl. We gonna go surprise her. Does she know we coming? That's my first sign. You never just show up when invited. He was like, she don't know, but she gonna enjoy it. Okay, whatever. So we the whole day, the whole time down there. It's like 5 hours to get there. Bro, we listen to nothing but to that Nothing Was the Same. We singing, having a good time, every song, good energy. We show up. Like you said, the first day when he said, we show up, yo, we here. You will. We here. My coach, cause they was like a junior college, so she couldn't they didn't have dorms cause it was like a junior college. They stayed in hotels. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, we just came back from the game. My coach said, I can't come out tonight. Yeah, girl, you stay in a hotel. What you mean your coach said you can't come out? So whatever, we let it slide. So the next day, after the run around, he finally go over there and see her. She happy now. I guess. I mean, we know now how she was doing before why she was so happy. But he all excited, she excited, and she had a roommate, which is a girl that I knew, cause like they both was from the town. So I knew Shorty. Me and her didn't talk, but like I knew her. So I'm sitting in there. It's a hotel. Y'all been in a hotel. It's two beds. So they laying in one bed. She laying in her bed. I'm kicked off by the computer desk. I ain't doing. I'm just chilling. So he all lovey-dovey, and then so it was a knock at the door. And then it was like two because they was all on the basketball team. And then two dudes like, they knocked, but they ain't let nobody open the door. They just walked in. So that was, to me, this ain't your first time in this room. So they walk in and they looking at me and I'm looking at them, but they looking at like, well, I don't know who he is, but he ain't like laid up with nobody. So I don't know. So they keep walking and then they come in and then they turn because it was like a hotel that had a wall. Yeah. So they turn and they see old girl in one bed and they about to speak to her. Then they look at his girl and see him, and that's what I do right there. It's more to the story because they looked and they was like, what's going on here? So they started smiling. It was that smile that, that not the who are you, it's that, oh girl, you ain't shit smiling. So I'm seeing it, and they immediately start, and he all super friendly and shit. Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm looking at him. Stop talking to him. He like, what y'all do? Well, he like, what y'all do?
Yeah, that was serious.
He was like, what y'all do? They were like, oh, we on the basketball team. Oh, we should all go hoop. Bro, I'm not hooping with them, bro. No. And you don't know what's going on. I'm not hooping with them, bro. So he's like, he asked and I could tell by their reactions, none of them were hitting her. But they homeboy was hitting her. You could tell. So immediately, of course, they keep it cool. Then they leave. And then immediately her phone starts booming. And I'm hearing it. And then I'm looking, because when the dudes came in, I looked at the homegirl in the room. And I'm like, tell me this ain't this. She looked back like, nah, it's that. So at this point, my only goal, I'm trying to tell him, bro, it's time to leave, bro. We gotta go. So we gotta limit this L. Because at this point, I'm your homeboy, so I'm taking kind of a passive L at this point too, because I'm with you. So I'm like, bro, I'm taking, that them boys a hoop. I'm like, bro, we gotta go. So I'm texting him, but he all in love. He ain't paying no attention to his phone. So at this point, I'm trying to do like telepathy across the room, like, yo, come on. He ain't paying no attention.
That is my question, this whole story. Like, you ain't pull him to the side, like, yo.
I was trying. It was so
we're in the same room.
We in the same room. It's a hotel room.
So when did you finally get home?
So this is how he catch it all, man. Because I don't know what was happening.
It was the phone in the face, and we had dealings with this person before, and I was just like, oh, and I looked over here at him, he was like,
I'm like, phone, and then he looked at me for confirmation. Yeah, 20 minutes ago, bro. Let's go.
Help me.
So they started. So naturally they got into it. So and then they get into it or whatever. She, I don't know why she was wrong, but she was trying to swing at him. He trying to get off him, and her friend looking at me like, "Stop that." She deserved that. So then she was like, he had said, "Well, we leaving and I'm taking the shoes." Nah, I want the shoes. Now that's when I was like, I had a plug on shoes. So I forgot how much the shoes you ended up paying for the shoes. I think he had paid like $120 for the shoes or whatever. So we had no. But she was like, I want the shoes. He was like, "No, I'm taking them unless you gonna pay me for them." Well, how much for the shoes? He paid $120. Now he paid $220.
I want to get a shoe.
Man,
I mean,
that much ain't that 200 and something is a little bit better than keeping the shoe. I couldn't wear
There
it.
you go.
No, them shoes ain't came
It was too much effort.
Technically, I just sold them.
Boy, so we rolled to the ATL. So we rolled to the ATL. She getting out $220, of course, because that's how much my man paid for the shoes.
Yeah.
So of course that was she got the money, and she was like backhanded the money all in his face.
That's why she had a shoe.
Like when T.I. did Big Boy at ATL.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, now it's not just them in the car. Like I'm in the car, and then the homegirl don't roll with us too. So this is the most awkward ride there's ever been, bro. And then she just threw the money at him, which made it even worse. So we ride back. So we ride back or whatever, and then we drop them off, and then we going back home, and
nothing was the same.
no.
Hey, that's the difference between like listening to Drake and listening to Drake. Like people even said like he'll have you mood change because we would turn to it.
Who
like
said it first though? Who said it first on the ride home? Who was like, "Hey"?
No, we didn't speak on that ride home.
Really?
No.
So on the ride home, he was texting because we all been friends forever.
yeah, forever.
No, he ended up calling me because it was quiet. He was listening to the music was playing. Nobody. It was an awkward. Like he was. I mean, can I say it?
Yeah.
He was kind of crying.
Hey.
What's that? It's not funny. It's not funny. But like
He really loved her.
That was a tough one.
no, it's not funny. It's not funny. But in a car.
I'm talking loud. Is it okay?
No, because at first, because she knew we was going out as surprise. Oh my God, how it went? Yo, well, I'll tell you about it later. I'm like this. He's driving, he's driving, so I'm trying to lean off the window. Like, oh my God, I know she was excited to see him. Hey, man, that was the funniest thing ever. It's not, I mean, it wasn't.
It's funny now.
It's funny now. It wasn't funny.
Every song was sad, and then we got close to the crib. I didn't even smoke like that, but I just randomly stopped at a gas station, got a black and white, and then worse. She gonna see me today.
We was like, yo, everybody who ever owed me hey, we got close to that. You know what? I'm about to text. Oh, girl, I told you I wasn't gonna check. I'm about to hit her right now. I'm about to get back on my shit. Man, we're back in the house, man. Quiet.
If that was just you by yourself,
Yo, man, I probably would have got into some trouble, man.
And make it bad, the girl, the dude that she cheated on him looked just like him, except he was like 6'6". Like legit looked just like him.
Hey, she upgraded.
You remember you seen it? I'm talking, it looked just like him, but 6'6". I'm like, hey, bro, she got a type.
Yeah. That's back when everybody was getting boxes and fades too. So he had a curlier one. I'm like, oh, so he just called and he got the scholarship. I've been okay.
Alright, so that goes, let's move, because we already got the controversy. That took you off. So, alright.
This is a disclaimer. This episode of the Talk to Me Nice podcast does contain controversial topics that could be considered offensive. Please understand, no comments were made with the intention to offend nor disrespect. But as the host of the Talk to Me Nice podcast, let me be clear. I offer no apologies and stand by the opinions expressed by either myself or my panel. We welcome strong but respectful discussions.
Yo,
If
Al,
you feel
this one's
differently,
crazy, bro.
consider this your invitation to join Join us next time. We tackled a number of controversial topics most people would have not discussed openly, or they would have shied away from their true feelings. That did not occur with my strongly opinionated panel. To grow as a community, we must get to know the community. Remember, disagreements are caused by different perceptions that create different realities. We believe in honest conversations, and sometimes truth is a point of view. Without further ado, and with the greatest honor, are you ready to talk to me nice?
Y'all don't want me to ask and you don't want to come up.
Just don't ask me if I know you don't want to.
Other than that, and I'm gonna say this too because it is controversial. Like all these, pretty much. People sent me. I basically said, "Yo, I need some controversial questions," and they sent me some of the most controversial questions I ever got. In 3, 2. I love it. This was crazy. People like. I'm gonna tell y'all, so this whole thing has been filmed, so ain't no reason to get all serious now. I got you for the last 3 to 4 minutes at least. But alright, so if everybody's ready, we're gonna start in 3, 2. This is the Talk to Me Nice podcast. My name is Lawrence Ray, also known as LRW3. And today I got a bunch of great people with me. Before we get started, before I forget, I want to shout out the Golden Wick Candle Company for sending me this candle. This is called the Ivy League. Of course, they got other scents. Tap in with them and get you a candle if you're interested. So y'all know how we start every episode, man. We're going to go round robin, however you want to do it. Basically, just let people know who you are, where they can find you at. Whoever want to start it, y'all start it.
Dante Hancock. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, amateur boxing making, training for my first fight. Also personal training on the side as well. So if you need a personal trainer, boxing coach, hit me up. Also PR for my wife, Melanie Hancock. She's a model. She does photography. She does her own strut online. So she interviews a lot of artists, musicians, restaurant owners, anyone in the business. So if you need to get your name out there, feel free to contact me. And you can find her on Instagram, Mel the Golden Girl.
That's a fact. Dante they always enjoy seeing Dante on the camera. Today is our co-host also, by the way. So who's next, man? Let them know where they can find y'all at. Let them know who you are.
Party Boy Crash, keep fucking around. This party be your last. Wartown Battle League. You can find me on TikTok. You can find at Party Boy Crash on TikTok, at Party Boy Crash on Instagram, Hefe Conyo on Twitter, and most importantly, Party Boy Crash on Apple Music. Single Beautiful Lies is out right now, still spinning. Get with it.
That song fire though. That's song fire. Beautiful Lies. I like that. Next up, it's a lot of y'all, man. Get y'all shine, man.
So I go by Raw Monopoly. I'm a photographer and videographer. You can always find me on Facebook under Raw Monopoly, or you can go to my business page, Monopoly Media. If you want to find me on Instagram, you can find me at monopoly.media.
Why all the guys stepping up? What the ladies at? But why the guys stepping up?
I am Buntrice. You can find me on Instagram at _, I think it's like 3 underscores, Bun, BAUGH.
How we gonna find you? You don't even know how many underscores.
I think it's 3.
Somebody right now put in.
I think it's 3. But it's gonna be VAUGHN. So when you type that in, I'm gonna be the only one to pop up like that.
3. Alright, so
3 underscores. 3. I
can't find it.
Maybe it was 4.
Maybe it was 4. Maybe it was 2.
I'll pop up somewhere and I'm gonna pop up.
Find her, hopefully. Who next up? We still got people sitting here. I don't know who y'all are.
My name is Maya. You can find me on Instagram at MYI.I. About 4 A's DH.
Are you sure it's 4 A's?
Yes, I know it's 4 A's.
See, it's possible. We don't know. It's
Right, that's the nation.
Did you make the name or not?
I figured it's my name, like spelled, but like I can't. Sometimes I forget if it's 3 or 4 A's. But for the most part, just put it 4, just in case. But that's what y'all can find.
Worst case, go 4. You know, 'cause you can guesstimate on usernames. You know. All right. We literally got 2 people sitting here.
I'm Sequoia. You can find me on Instagram at Simply Sequoia or Facebook at Sequoia Clemens. I'm done, huh?
Oh, that's it.
Short and simple.
Last but not least, David.
Darius Fuller, blessed to be here with all these great people. You can find me on Instagram. I am DVRI, coming out with a clothing line, Vibes Mentality, and Women Mentality. Limes of Lemonade gonna be the first thing. Love being, man.
Alright, that's love, that's love. Like I told y'all off camera, but it was actually on camera. These questions were sent in by people. I literally asked for the most controversial questions I could find, and I got the most controversial questions I could find. So before we jump into that, of course, we gotta check the temperature, get good energy to get the good answers. So let's just start with a simple question. It's not controversial at all. Unless somebody you say who told you this. What's the most useless piece of advice you've ever been given?
I hate when people say just do your thing.
Hey, my cousin, I read this question about my cousin. He was like, he asked somebody how to make money. He was like, yo, how to make money? You got to take your money and invest the money. Yeah, I don't have the money to invest. So how do I make the money?
I got one. It's my answer controversial.
Just go ahead. Go ahead. Do your thing. Just jump it off like that.
Hey, just pray your way through it.
Nah.
Okay.
Listen,
I agree. Like, I get it's coming
Right?
from a place, but don't tell me that. I'm going through it. Like,
right, thanks for nothing, pussy.
But when y'all going through it, that don't be the first thing y'all think is funny.
well, I'm gonna pray anyway, but if I'm coming to you for advice, don't tell me to pray. I'm already praying.
You gotta
Hey, dog, you be sad. You be like, oh man, I'm depressed. Hey, stop being sad. I'm trying to.
Is it that bad?
Well, keep your head up, man. It's gonna get better. When? Alright, I like that, man. Oh, I say somebody sent me this. The person sent me this question. They said the most useless advice. They said they answer. It said the best way to not get robbed: put your new TV box by your neighbor's trash can. So, hey, that is something. Hey, that's not actually useless though.
Put it in the extra. So they'll rob her.
I like that answer. I like that answer. Before we get to controversy, I got another question. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Speaking of exes, what's the funniest way you were broken up with?
I promise you I got the best one.
We will see. I asked no names, and if it's obvious, do not say.
We can't say.
We promote positivity only here.
We can't say our story.
This is like my first
say
I'm in love too, right? And I had finally got all that work. I finally got her. We was together for about a month. She called my phone. You remember that song? It's Over Now by 112. Like she played it through the phone. Like, hey, you need to listen to this. And then hung up. Like wasn't no. Like we didn't talk about it or nothing. She was just like. And the fucked up part, what made it funny was like I just heard the song at first. Like it didn't register what was going on.
Sing it to the song?
So I was like jamming and then singing the words like it's
Oh.
I had something similar.
oh shit. I was like, yo, and she just hung up. And that was it.
How old were you?
Wow. That's so hard.
12?
She's diabolical.
Like early, son.
Someone talk about that.
Nah, her mom don't
She seen that from someone.
She said her mama said that.
If my mom did that shit, that was the most devious shit ever. Because her mom was man one like, I don't know what happened, baby. I like y'all. Hey, let me in the background like, this. This the movie right
She was
here.
mastermind behind all of it.
Right.
I think mine was in freaking 9th grade, and it was in a Valentine's Day card.
He wrote you on Valentine's Day?
Valentine's
What the
Day.
card said? You
The
not
card, I don't remember exactly what the card said, but I know he wrote something in there like.
Rose are red, violets are blue.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that.
I'm gonna have a Valentine's Day, but
I wanted this big old, back then, that's when they like those big bears was like the thing then. I wanted this big old bear. And he bought me the bear, but when I read the card, it was just like, oh.
So did he give all that stuff to you like in person?
Yeah, he did. You know,
Hey,
he
you
did.
ready? I got you this bear. This is actually your Valentine's.
Hey, he
Day.
tripping.
He's
Yeah.
He's breaking.
He
He's
did.
He's supposed to break up with you around the 10th.
Well, at least he made sure you had a good note.
He did.
Not really, because he broke up.
We just like, hey, you can't hug me no more. Here, hug the bear. Hug the bear. You can't hug me no
Because
more.
some girls don't get around about it. Wish they got a bell.
Females like good guys.
Yes.
Stop lying.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
We like good guys that know how to be assertive and know how to be dominant. I don't want a dog, but I need.
So why does good guys finish last? Why is that?
Because good guys normally don't know how to be assertive or dominant, especially with a woman with a big personality.
There are good guys that are assertive, but they still be finishing.
They're normally assholes.
Can I take this one? I'm explaining. I'm not even talking to them. I'm talking to y'all. Because this is what women like bad guys, whatever, because they want to fix them. Once they fix them, they don't want them. So if he stay bad, she gonna want him forever.
Well, y'all gonna make so many excuses, girl. I know it's the
Nah.
fourth time he cheated on me.
He said he love counseling. She don't want him till she figure out he not gonna change.
At one point in time in my life, that was very correct, but now.
And then I got a whole. Listen, I have an analogy for this.
Yo, that is a good point and a good segue to the story because that guy, he wound up being from like Las Vegas or something.
What, he cheated on her too?
Yeah, he wound up cheating on her and then she like randomly called me one day and was like, I didn't realize that you were that good person. Oh, it's too late.
Too late.
Now, guys, do we like good girls? I'm gonna say I don't.
It depends.
That's submissive.
I just said it on like 4 podcasts, man. Good girls are boring.
Oh yeah, I was
That's what I was gonna say.
I think men like good girls. I just think y'all like
I don't know.
submissive girls. Like I don't want to call them dummies, but y'all like girls
I
that.
can't stand
I like the form pose. I'm just gonna say it.
I need you to have your own life.
Yeah, I like when I start trading stories. When I start trading stories, you gotta be able to have a story too. Not like, oh my god,
Like if we not on the same level, we gotta at least be a little bit like worse than me.
All the time.
We gotta be.
Cause I don't want to be telling you this story thinking it's funny and you look at me like.
We like the idea of that.
Why would you do that? Yeah, you know.
I like a girl who done did all her craziness already, so she done. But like you still got some story. We still have fun. You're not judging me.
I like the one that it still got that spark of craziness. Like most of it gone, but it just all of a sudden just come out sometimes.
But then too, I really be about my peace.
So why do y'all play?
You know what I'm saying? Like
What?
Do what?
Why do y'all play the good girl?
Because they boring.
No, what I mean by good girl, you got a girl like that'll go to heaven and hell for you. Like,
I'll say it just depends on the mindset because I went through my player phase.
Okay.
And I turned 26 and I was like, okay, it's time to settle down. Met my wife, got married, so it depends on who to pick. And my wife, she's a good girl, but she's very forthcoming. She sets me straight a lot.
She's assertive.
Yeah, assertive.
Right.
So you want to find that good girl, but who's also assertive. Same like a man, you want to find a good man, but he's assertive. You don't want that bad boy because that's what that baby mama stuff.
You can't buy happiness, but you can buy local, and that's kind of the same thing. Looking for a full body sensual massage? Please contact Body by Marsha. Currently working in the Atlanta area, but willing to travel as needed. Contact her via Instagram or on Facebook at Marsha Askew. And when you contact her, always remember to talk to her nice.
Controversial questions now. Again, like I told y'all off camera, you're not required to answer. I prefer everybody don't answer every question just for time purposes. We learned our lesson with that. So let's jump right into the first controversial question. Should dads be required to do a DNA test at birth?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's why though.
I feel like if you're not married, you should take the DNA test.
Okay.
And I feel like that'll avoid a lot of conflict, a lot of ongoing problems. Because it is situations where men be excited about a baby and the woman probably wasn't honest, or she just probably really didn't know. Some people don't know.
There's some people that want kids but don't want to be married. But what if they have that close relationship and they have kids?
But I'm saying, y'all can have a kid, just get a DNA test so you know
But
what
I'm saying they got a close relationship, so they trust each other. So
Pregnant women ain't dishonest?
Wait.
I mean,
Married women ain't dishonest?
Yes.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
like
That's why to
married
avoid
women should have to
everything.
get that too, right? Like in this
Oh.
scenario,
I mean, he just said should dads be required. I mean,
like
I
married
think
women
so.
and the dad should have
I
to get it
just
too,
feel
right?
like she said, to keep all that down, I would do it. Now, my first child, her dad didn't do one, but my last child, her dad did get the DNA, you know.
as a female, did that make you feel any type of way?
No, not at all.
I feel like the way you know who would get offended is if you ain't sure. Like, too many, you gonna get it tested.
Even with me, I've been threatened to get a DNA test before, and the only reason I was offended was because I was pregnant. And it was just like, okay, well, if you feel like it ain't yours, don't come to the hospital. I was being spiteful. But what are you there for? You don't even think this your baby.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you want to witness this child being born, what are you testing my baby for? If you
That's
feel
a
like if it ain't yours, don't be there.
Me, I'm all for get it done. I mean,
That's a hell of a
get it done.
commitment.
Get
I
it
mean,
done. Get it over with.
If you ain't, I feel like if you ain't sure, hey, Hey, don't, because once you sign that acknowledgement, hey, you find out later on.
That's where it gets. That's what I'm saying. You need to get it because it's more deep into it.
It's deeper than what people think it is.
With getting a child legitimized and stuff like that, it's more deep into it. And you got men that's, you know, back in the day, a lot of men was not getting DNA done, and then they go get on child support for these kids.
And find out they ain't theirs.
They didn't pay all this child support. Depending on what judge you go in front of, you don't get your money back.
Mm-hmm.
Now this child is 18 and you out of, let's just say you're paying $700 a month. You got that money.
Hey, what Kanye said?
You know,
18 years.
18 years. So you out of that money. So it now it's different day. You know, now it's a different time where I done heard, different scenarios where, the man was able to get his money back, or the lady had to pay him back or whatever. But like I said, I'm all for it. Swap them out, be done with it.
And just a sprinkle, I think that as adults, parents, whatever, because we have seen stuff that our parents do that we don't like, we got to take ourselves out of the equation sometimes. It's about the child.
Right.
Like, what kind of harm are we causing them? That's a little test that we can just squash all this, like y'all said, because that can affect somebody, child, and the way they upbringing come, like wondering all the time, who is this coming in the house? Who is this? Or, do I really belong? It's about the children at the end of it.
And I don't feel like in situations where people have had to get DNA tests, I don't feel like the woman takes herself out of her position and think about her kid. Because you're selfish if you know it's a possibility it's not this man's baby. And you didn't tell them, you don't raise this child, you have this child is thinking that's their dad.
Right.
And that's not even their, come to find out, that's not their baby daddy.
Yeah.
So you don't honestly mess up your child's life because it's like,
Yeah, you think daddy been here, now he gone.
yeah, it's deeper. So I just feel like do it, especially if y'all ain't married.
And then too, like I've seen in those cases, like, the man still be there, love the kid or whatever, but then the child having like an identity crisis.
Exactly.
Want to meet the father. Now your relationship with the child you raised your whole life string.
Let's move this thing along. Now that was okay. We jabbing out with the controversy. Okay, let's jump a little bit deeper. This next question was sent to me. This is not about your political views. I don't want to know who you vote for. This is a simple question. Take it at its face value. This next question: is Biden slick worse than Trump? Did he win off the Obama cosign?
He won off the Obama cosign.
He definitely won off the Obama cosign.
I think he won off the Obama cosign. I don't think he's worse than Trump.
I don't think he worse than. I will say that.
Hey.
I don't think he worse than Trump, but I will say this for me. I'm not into politics enough.
That's fine. That's the best way to answer.
I'm not either. Like you said, take it face value. He won off two factors: Obama and the fact that Trump don't know how to shut up. Because if Trump stayed politically instead of also off of social media saying the random stuff he did, I don't think he would look as bad as he makes himself.
Yeah.
Because he's always saying stupid stuff on social media, and it's like, what president does that?
I think the only thing about Biden, he definitely went off the Obama cosign to the point even when he said with Charlemagne, if you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. But we don't even know what we don't even know what your views are, bro. You just automatically, it's like, yo, we like your homeboy, bro. We don't know you, bro. You just automatically think you get in the club free too, cause the dude at the door know your man, bro. Hold on, no, bro, 20 at the door, bro. But all right, now we go. Speaking of Biden, of course, I guess because it is going on during his presidency. Do you think it's fair to force a vaccine that hasn't been fully studied on people?
No.
Yes. You said yes? That's what I like. Finally. Okay, let us know your point of view on this.
The same, we had this conversation before. We just had it. You were forced to get immunizations your whole life. Your whole life. If you don't get your immunizations when you're a kid, you can't go to school. You don't go to school, your parents go to jail. You have been forced to get immunizations your whole life. They politicized this one, and now you're like, oh, it's bad. I don't have to get it.
The only devil's advocate on that, the only thing is those vaccines you got when you were younger, they have been tested for a long time.
Yes.
These are brand new.
You know how many of those vaccines, you know how much stuff do we take for granted that's not FDA approved?
That's a fact.
Like a lot, like we making up excuses because they politicize this vaccine. Like I don't care if you a Republican or a liberal, or if you agree with this person, or if you don't agree with this person. Sickness is real. People are dying. Vaccinate yourself.
The only argument to that too is this doesn't prevent you from getting it. It just reduces the likeliness that you could get it. My argument to that is, how do I know this saved me from catching it 2 days ago if I still catch it?
Okay, a bulletproof vest not gonna save you if you get a shot in the head, but it increases your chances.
A bulletproof vest, a bulletproof vest can be proven if they shot you in the chest and you can see a bullet. How do you know, like, yo, I know you didn't see a shoot, but like that vest saved you? Like, it's different. Like, how do I know I was supposed to catch it 2 days ago, but this vaccine saved me?
I think everybody should be on the same page.
I wouldn't mind the vaccine if it prevented you from getting it, but it's just saying, yo, I mean, you can still get it, but you know,
Like,
it might be a little.
like I said,
you can still
with
get it
people-
and you can still die.
With
But
the
maybe not.
underlying health issues,
I get it.
because what's happening is a lot of people is already having underlying health issues, and they're getting this vaccine, and that's why a lot of people are dropping like flies. Like, people are already having heart problems, diabetes, you know, it's just all kind of stuff. Like I told him earlier with me, I have underlying health issues, so I'm not getting the vaccine, because when I asked my doctor, you know, do you think I should get vaccinated, and it was, you have to get out your medication for 3 weeks and then get back on it. If I gotta do all that, no. So I just think with people with the underlying health issues, I think it should be something else in place where they shouldn't, you know what I mean? Because you don't know.
But I'm saying, like, that's common sense. Like, there have been vaccines that everybody around me had to get, and I couldn't get. Like, I couldn't get the anthrax vaccine when I was deployed because I got eczema. It affects your skin, so I couldn't get it because I had an underlying health issue, so I can't get it. You know what I'm saying? But like you saying, in your case, your medicine is what they treat. You know, anyway. So like, of course, it's common sense, like exceptions. But everybody else, you gotta get every other vaccine.
Yeah.
Except for this one, we can come up with a million reasons why. You know, like, you remember how they stopped you from getting chicken pox when you was a kid? They put you around somebody with chicken pox.
That's a fact. That's how you got it. Because you go
Like,
get it once.
Yeah.
So the thing is, you're going to get chicken pox once. You need COVID multiple times. So,
Yes. You can catch it multiple times. That's the thing.
Did he have it?
I said he just sit up. Everybody look like all over there. Everybody's like,
Oscar De La Hoya might be covering up some other shit he got.
But you,
I
can only say he's supposed to have both of them, and he still got it. I'm like, and then I seen what he
Trump had it for 3 days.
For 3 days.
Yo, the reason why I pointed at you because like we only know this information because I think the underlying issue really is social media. Because like Huey P. Newton always said, revolution would not be televised. We only know half of what we know right now because it's so accessible to us. We know before the news know. So back when chickenpox and all this other stuff, it may have affected a lot of people and made them go wrong because polio was all that stuff was affecting a lot of people. We just didn't know about it as fast as we do now. So you have a voice because you see it faster than somebody who has a voice over you does. So I think that's the stronger issue in America. You have people that don't have no expertise giving expertise to people that are actually trying to treat this stuff.
Yeah.
all right, I like that. We're gonna leave that debate there.
that kind of covered it all.
All right, let's jump right into this next controversial question. Is sex ed necessary for middle school students?
No.
Nowadays,
Yes.
I would agree because kids are flying out these.
Let me ask y'all this. If you don't have to answer. When did you start deciding to do sexual things?
In middle
I
school.
was in high school.
I was one
Most
of the
kids
girls
are
before I
7th
was
to 8th grade. Now there might be an advance or start 6th grade. But
in middle school.
it's usually 7. I ain't saying you having sex, but you starting to you start. Old girl in the back of the class with a little dress, taking a little bit of your
Nowadays,
attention.
they need to actually push it down.
I took mine to 5th grade. I don't know about everybody.
We did have one class.
You had one in 5th grade?
I'm from North Carolina, so maybe we do things different.
You from who?
5th grade,
North
North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina.
So we had it in 5th grade. We knew it. A lot of people, like I said,
I was gonna
tried
say
it.
that. I think it should be pushed down to at least 5th grade.
I ain't had that shit too.
We had to get the papers.
I had that shit in high school. No cap.
Well, you from
I think
grade?
it's safer if they knew.
Y'all should have had it in elementary.
I wouldn't say I'm comfortable with
If I should,
it.
Everybody got no sex.
I say it's optional.
I
Controversy.
I'm not comfortable with it, but
That need to be mandatory, especially nowadays with the kids on social media.
I think.
Nowadays,
That's what I'm
I think
saying.
not.
I think it's
Why?
I think not because when you teach that stuff, you're gonna have a curiosity about something that you don't know about. Because you got nowadays social media, yes, teach it now, but like Cardi B said, you choose to let your child see that. See what I'm saying? So like if you raise them to keep that distance away from their schoolwork and whatever they're doing and raise them that way, yes, they're gonna see it. So once they ask you as a parent, yeah, but if they're already teaching in school, they're gonna have that certain sense of curiosity and they're gonna go for it. That's what I feel.
I'm almost with you, but here's the thing. Parents in previous generations have, what you do, protect your kids, right? You protect them from things, but in protecting them, are we like crippling them from surviving in the world that is? Not the ideal world and how we want it to be. Are we sending our children unprepared because we're scared to have these conversations with children?
I think those conversations are more important than sex ed, because you
That's-
could have sex ed, but
some
your parents aren't talking to you about it.
That leads to my next question. Is sex itself really the problem, or how we talk about sex?
How we
How
talk
we
about
talk
it.
about it.
Because if you present it in a way like, when I was younger, I didn't want to have a beer until my uncle was like, hey, don't do this. It sparks your interest. It sparks your interest. Like I said, if you introduce a sex ed already, like, STD, this is what can happen to you. Like, but what is that? Or this is what it looked like. Hold on. So I think it sparks a certain interest in you that you didn't even know you had. Because you look at that coloring books and all this stuff, and they're like, hey, this is what a female part look like. Don't touch it or this can happen. Oh, I wouldn't even think about it, but now I want to see.
Shelter make you unprepared.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Being sheltered,
But at a certain age,
we knew about stuff, like we were still scared to do whatever, but we knew about it from going to school because somebody heard something they wasn't supposed to hear. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean about being unprepared. Now I done learned some shit from motherfucking 3rd grade because I'm in 2nd grade, and now I'm fucking up because I don't know, because my parents won't have that conversation with me. You see what I'm saying?
Have that talk.
Yeah, I think people scared to have it, like it's not natural. Like same way you tell them about you going through like hormonal changes. Sex is natural too, but I think we frame it like, oh no, that's bad.
Yeah.
Like, well, if it's bad, how I got here? Can't be too bad. Can't be too bad. All right, let's jump to this next question. Is money worth more than justice?
no.
I said no. I don't know why.
Let me reframe this question. I guess how it's supposed to be asked.
I know.
Is money a key factor in getting exonerated from crimes? Like example, let's say the judge's son commits a crime, but they don't go arrest him immediately because that's the judge's son.
Yeah.
We talking about what
What
is
I would say power.
I would
I wouldn't say
Money and power.
But money is power, but necessarily, like you said, the judge's son broke, but the judge.
So you know you can't play with that's a fact. But the judge usually got money and the judge's power go hand in hand.
Sure.
You can't go pick up the judge's son because if you mess up and he ain't it, judge gonna make your life hell.
Yeah.
But if you go pick up Tyrone from down the street, and if we wrong, fuck it, just let him go.
In that case, do you feel like when someone get killed and you see that the parents took the money instead of keep trying to go to the court, do you feel some type of way then?
Yeah.
Because then you have to think about, well, I might not get anything to go to court, but then this money can help me keep my family out this neighborhood, and we can go to a better neighborhood and might have a better chance to live.
But you can have them face charges and still do a civil suit. Those are two different things.
Yeah.
You can pursue it, and then that's just like OJ. Money can beat you. Money can beat anything. OJ probably did it. He got no money. He had the dream team of lawyers. He got off. They sued him afterwards.
Yeah.
So
I don't think so.
you don't think he did?
I would say,
I don't think he did it.
Don't fit.
Controversy.
I think I know he did it, but I don't think he did it.
Oh no. Hey, I did a lot of research
Do
on
we know the
this.
person that did it?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Who did it?
Who I think did it?
Yes.
I think his
His
son.
son.
I have seen that.
His
I have
son.
the son that his son did.
I never thought he did it because he made way too many mistakes.
Now I have
Or
seen.
quote unquote.
I have seen
made
the
so
thing
many
with his
mistakes.
son. It was one fatal flaw in why they don't think the son did it. But the son definitely was, and the way it matched up, like DNA, could have been the son too. But
We can get into.
But as a father, what do you do?
Well, what's the fatal thing?
I forgot because I watched the video because it was a couple of people they thought it was the son and it was another guy who just got out of jail who was bragging about doing it, and then they found out no, you was actually in jail at the time of the crime, and they said the son because the son had history of beating on women too, so they think the son did, I guess, for his father or whatever. Then OJ walked in, seen it was his son, told his son get out of there, son, and then like just didn't snitch on his son.
But what was the book about it?
Because I mean, you ain't never felt like that. Like, man, I swear I ain't do that, bitch. And look at all the evidence. If it was me, I would have. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Good point. Good, that is a good point. Because people do think like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Like when you get hounded so much as just even being a child for your parents, like I know you did that at school. No, I didn't. Well, I might as well have did it. I'm getting in trouble anyway. I might as well have did this shit, but I would have did it better.
Hey, that was ultimate. I ain't do it, but if I was gonna do it, I would have did it.
Right? Like that's some narcissistic shit. That's real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like. This is why how I would have did it is better than what actually happened.
But the way you wrote that book, it was like, bro, hold on now.
Hold on.
You got an amazing imagination. You did that shit, bro. You too in depth with it.
And then too, you got to realize how removed we are from it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has a different perspective. He been in that house. He paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would have all the details. And it was his wife. They had beef. If I would have did it, I wouldn't have fucking left the glove and been with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now here's the thing they said with the fight. They said during the fight with Ron Goldman, I guess the beanie fell off and he was trying to find the beanie, but it was dark, so he took the glove off trying to find the beanie, and then somebody came up, so he had to do this. Scooby-Doo. I mean, he wore a black beanie to go fight in the dark, and then he wore black gloves and he couldn't fight. That's basically what happened. Somebody was coming, I guess a dog barked, I guess Nicole's dog barked, and OJ said, I gotta get out of here. So then that's when the dog, I guess, stepped in the blood and then ran out, and then the neighbor seen it. So that's what happened.
Listen, I just caught my wife cheating and killed her, and now her dog that I probably hate is barking at me, and I didn't kill him too. Like what?
Technically, they was already separated. They lived separately, although they lived down the street. So
I hated that dog our whole marriage.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking in the fireplace. Fuck you and your dog. Cheating on me.
Hey. Yeah.
I feel that.
Now, do y'all think this is something? Because I did a lot of research on this. The OJ stuff actually intrigued me. Do y'all think Ron and Nicole had something going on?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's what I could.
Yes.
Because my thing was like they never really state when they a couple. They was like, no, Ron worked at a restaurant. He just happened to bring her mama her glasses at 10 at night.
He was driving the car. He was driving the car. No, he was driving the car that OJ bought.
Ron was definitely fucking Nicole.
That's
and OJ was fucking the Kardashians' mama, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
OJ's Chloe daddy.
So weirded out about what was going on, and then your husband is like the lawyer for him, and then like
technically he wasn't a lawyer. He reactivated his. Well, he was a lawyer. He wasn't a trial lawyer. He reactivated his license just because he's OJ's best friend to help him out.
No, he reactivated them license because he wanted OJ to get off because he knew what was going on between the wife, and they talked about it. She was like, "Look, I have been getting some side wood from OJ.
Ain't nobody that understands.
If you want these bills paid."
Nah, Rob had money for that, but he can rock. This man go, I ain't reactivated nothing, man. Put him under the jail. Matter of fact, OJ told me he did it. He did? Yeah, he told me. I'm his best friend. I'm his best friend. Come get him.
You know who I feel bad for in the whole equation, though?
Kato.
No.
Kim? You know he's gonna kill. He's gonna kill himself.
Johnny Cochran, because everybody hated on him. Like, you a black man? You don't understand what's going on?
Nah, it wasn't Johnny that hated. It was the other guy, the prosecution's black guy. I forgot his name too.
No, they was giving backlash to Johnny Cochran from because everybody at that point they hated OJ for like being a football star and like doing this because they looked at him just like they looked at Kobe. When Kobe had his allegations, anytime you're a black star and you have allegations, believe it or not, black people are not with you until you're proven innocent. So they hated him.
It's a big difference between Kobe and OJ.
Well, you murdered
OJ, no, but I'm saying like OJ was a sellout.
Yeah, I'm
like not saying OJ was a sellout.
People didn't like Johnny because Johnny turned everything racial that wasn't racial. The
same way,
like OJ, he kind of put OJ as the center of like black pride. And everybody, OJ hate black people, bro. Let's be 100. But because of Rodney King, it was like, all right, I'm gonna use him, bro.
And then how that divided the nation too. Like it was so like all the white people was like, dude, lock them up like we do all the others. Yeah. Like, nah, son, we okay. You do that shit. You treat OJ like you treat your cousin. Like
he do shit. It was trial. It was people, jury members who flat out said, bro, I didn't care what they put up there. I wasn't convicted OJ. This
like,
is Rodney.
No, I was in 3rd grade. They played that shit at school, and then like we ran down the halls cheering, like it was real.
I don't remember nothing I did in 3rd grade.
I was 3rd grade. I was they cheering like somebody didn't slit this man's neck almost to taking his head off. Like,
yeah, fuck that white woman. Yeah, I was just like it was wild times.
Boy,
He's from Chicago, so.
Boy, alright, let's move on, man. Alright, does every child deserve a participation award in sports?
No.
I hate that shit, man. Back in the day, if you weren't good, you didn't get no trophy.
It just makes it look like you don't have to work for nothing.
Yeah. Like, I don't like that, man. You get nothing. You're not good. Try a different sport. That's real, man.
Everybody shut that down, but I kind of was like, I feel bad for him, but then I was like, nah, they don't need to work for us. You right.
Nah, get better. This ain't for you.
Airball that 3 is still good.
Boy, airball that 3 sounds good. Let them in the game.
The trophy for being on the side.
Well, we had a rec coach, man. You know when you play rec ball, you was automatically supposed to play 2 quarters. But we didn't play that back then. Coach said if you trash, but I don't care your mama paid $20 to get you on the team. You not playing, bro. I swear we had like 3 guys never got in the game, bro. Like the mamas, like they went to the rec center coach, you gotta play them. So he let them play one time. It was at the end of the game. He let them check in, and then they walked like to the half court and say, hey, come back. And then he go right there, I played him. And then he put us right back in the game, bro. Them kids, man, it was trash, though, man. I'm not gonna front. I like that, though. Don't let him play. He garbage, man. We trying to win.
Hey, but that go back to what we were talking about. It's about the kids. Did your kid really want to play?
Yeah,
right. I have seen recently. I've seen like with like little kids like football season. If your kids out there crying, they don't want to play.
Yeah.
Now he want to play.
Don't be trying to relive your dreams through your child. You gonna cheer today? Get out there.
I want to play.
Now, I would say if they're like playing
you
rec,
got my G.
If they're playing like rec or church, yeah, you can give them a trophy. But if they playing like school, AAU,
not
even rec. You paying money.
Because you paying money for
you should know your child.
Because I respected a son. I said I'm not gonna force him into any particular thing.
Yeah.
But whatever he picked, we doing the fuck out of that. Like ain't no easy days. Like we have to grind. Whatever it is, if I gotta learn what it takes to be good at soccer, then we try to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
See what they like. I think let them try everything. See what they like, whatever they like, then you stick with that and you just stay on with it. That's what I said I'm gonna do with my son.
Okay. All right, let's jump to this. Is marriage no longer a necessity? Do you think marriage is important still?
Well, I think it is for me, but I don't think it is for society.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, it is for me, but not.
I don't see it as nothing but a title.
Why? Like this, if unless you religious, I don't see it.
I need
unless you like religious, I don't see it. Like,
when I was on Hot 106, shout out the radio station, they was debating this. And shout out Courtney. And they was debating this. His main argument was, what do I gain from marrying her? She just keeps like, what I gain? And I guess his thing was more from a financial standpoint. And what do y'all?
More than that.
Yeah,
that's how I feel. Like if I was to get married, I really feel like I would have to be fully to them, like all my devotion, all my attention to them. But if I feel like I'm just gonna Deuces, it ain't no point in me going down the aisle, wasting time. Now we gotta go through years of divorces. You know, it ain't easy out here nowadays.
I don't know why. Like, why you feel like you need to be married? For people who need to be married.
I don't think you need to be married, but I think like if somebody makes you that happy, then my thing would be like, why are you getting married? Because like his main thing was financial. Well, what about if people ain't really that? Like, what if I make enough money? It don't really matter if you can help me. I'm not factoring in that myself.
What's the importance of it?
It's just a generation we were in. I think back in our parents' days, they had to get married because it was just like, you know, the grandioso thing. But us young kids were like, okay, we're more free. We can do. We don't have to get married. Marriage is just an image that our parents portrayed on us.
And I think it's a thing, you know, coming from slavery where we couldn't and then we could. It was like, all right, this is the move or whatever, right?
Well, I also feel like too, it comes really back from biblical because honestly, we come in the world alone and we die, quote unquote, alone. But in between that time period, we are not made to survive alone. How many very successful people you know don't got a wife? How many? How many?
Bill Gates ain't got a wife?
Not
anymore.
Boom!
But not anymore. He was
learned his lesson.
But he was once married still. So
what lesson he learned?
Huh?
What lesson he learned?
Alright, I'm gonna put you on the spot. General relationship. Would you marry?
Where we at now?
no, period.
We gonna move on. I don't know that's going on.
Yeah.
You need clarification.
Hey,
I love it.
we ain't got to marry. Would you? Where we at now? Specify. Hey, but I feel you though. I feel you.
I think we had this conversation. She said the same thing. Like,
I think marriage should depend on replacement value, which means if you leave, can I get somebody to do exactly what you do? If I can, I only marry you.
You always will be able to do that though.
Not necessarily. Because like let's say the argument like main argument dudes use is about money. Oh, I ain't trying to take care of her. All right, let's say she leaves and you find somebody who can take care of themselves.
You can always find somebody else that can replace that money.
Exactly. But what about?
I don't think it's about what you can do. I think it's about how you do it. You see what I'm saying? Like you can always replace somebody that can cook, clean, talk to you, love you, but you will never be able to replace her specifically.
That's my point.
I'm on his side. Let me shut up.
You can't buy happiness,
See, I think we
but you can buy local. And that's kind of the same thing. Support what supports you. A photo speaks 1,000 words. Well, here goes a few more. Looking for a photographer to capture your event or gathering? Please contact Mainstream Memories via Facebook to set up your next shoot. And when you contact her, always remember to talk to her nice.
So, why get the government involved? What changes about the way I feel about you and us being together that this ring means? It's because of insecurity.
No, not necessarily.
You can write a will, but a will can be challenged, but you can't challenge if that's your wife.
Exactly. Because you gotta realize once you dead and in the dirt, you don't know how stifling that still moment is.
Family,
or kids, or anything so to avoid all of that.
Yeah. Family come in and it get crazy.
Not to mention, like,
if I'm your wife, I don't want to have to fight with nobody about nothing.
Like life insurance payouts, you can write a will, but all that's probably going to next of kin. Which means if you got kids, like you got kids, I go to your kid, but if your kid like 2, they can't get to the 18. What they doing till then?
Go down to the money and possession.
Then they over there with the mama who.
Or it might go to your mom.
She was gonna do that thing. If we got kids and I'm down, you not gonna get the kids?
But if y'all were together,
If we had a kid, and let's just say the kid, like your kid is outside, how am I gonna be able to get your kid?
Not even that. If y'all got kids,
you still got a kid together, or you got a kid out?
Like, if we've been together for 5 years, what I had side kids on you?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, when y'all coming with all these,
I mean, you have. Let's say you had a kid from prior relationship. Y'all all live together. You pass away. Y'all ain't married. She has no rights to that kid.
Now you gotta go back with the mom.
Yeah. So you didn't want to adopt my kids?
I would adopt your kid, but if the mother steps in,
So you gotta make a commitment like adoption, but not marriage. Hey, you and my kid can form a lifetime.
That's 18 years. That's forever.
My parents forever.
Yeah.
True.
That's
And not to mention with the payout, like let's say you the breadwinner and you pass away, and now how she gonna keep the house moving if y'all ain't married? Because money ain't coming to her.
Wait, if I got a life insurance?
If you got a life insurance policy, it's not gonna pay out to her.
Ain't it who you make your beneficiary?
That's true, but it will be challenged if y'all not married. So it's like even if she may eventually get it, she won't get it as quickly as if she was your wife.
And then granted, what if your kids are your beneficiaries, but they're not old enough to get that money?
That's true as well.
Like
Somebody else gonna be in control.
I said, I'm gonna make a child my beneficiary for my life insurance.
You can.
I understand you can.
I actually have my kids as mine, but I have my kids like majority, but then I actually have my mom as well, just in case I die when they still young. There is at least some available funds, even if they can't get most of it to their 18.
So the point of marriage itself is for the legalities.
Basically.
Like I said,
because you love each other.
I mean, if we love each other regardless.
And I just learned something because I always say, oh, that's just because of the title, but so legalities will
legal, yeah. That's really what it's for. That's why you go to the courts for it. To make it, hey, this is a legal partnership. Now you can shack up there.
When I got married, that was one of the things. Like my husband was in the military. He was going overseas. Like, if something happened to you, what do they leave me with? And I'm pregnant with your son. Like,
and that's why, especially military. That's why they all get married.
That's why everybody get married. So
yo, I'm like, got him on. So here you go.
Let me go ahead and
let me make sure that you straight.
And that's my thing about being married. Like, I want to make sure once I'm dead and gone, my kids are okay. And it's somebody else there to make sure that, you know.
All right. So I tell a lot of people, marry the right person. Take your time, live together. If you guys argue, talk after you argue. If you leave the house, come back.
Counseling.
Talk.
Two relationships I'm living together, boy. Live together.
So you know for sure.
All right, that was awesome. Jump right into this next question. Has the Me Too movement gone too far? Has the Me Too movement gone too far?
I would like, yes.
Me in a relationship.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
You might have to explain the Me Too
yeah,
movement.
explain it.
It's about the guys, but I know you might explain it.
A lot of the Me Too movement, basically, it's like when, I know y'all see it all the time, somebody come out and say, like Deshaun Watson, let's just say that. Y'all know Deshaun Watson, football player.
Yeah.
Oh, Deshaun Watson, he touched me. One person said it.
Oh, yeah.
Next day, yo, you know, he kind of touched me too. 20 cases later, he touched me too.
okay.
We told the celebrities like
Harvey Weinstein. Like, let's go with him.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, Bill
Bill
Cosby.
Cosby.
It's like, come on now,
R. Kelly.
That is true.
I can't know this.
That's different.
That's different.
You saw a tape
Hold on.
of
But
him.
you saw a tape years ago.
I haven't seen the tape. Tell me if this is correct. Did the girl say her age on the tape, bro?
No, she did not say her age on the tape, but you clearly seen it was a little girl. But now you
What's
got
his
women.
grandmother there? Because every parody his grandmother's in the tape. Like, why?
No, but now you got women that's like, if I don't know if y'all seen Survivor R. Kelly, but these women are like 30.
My thing is,
They like some of these women were in their 30s. Said this happened to them. You in your, come on. You in your
No, I'm talking about. We saw a tape.
But that was years ago.
But it's still illegal.
You know what I really think should happen? I think he should get a lesser charge. Yes, he should go to jail, but the parents should get some type of trafficking charge.
But
Have you let
now,
your kid go over there? Absolutely.
but a lot of these charges now was not based off that one incident. These are the new charges from these women that are, like y'all saying, Me Too. These women are 30. Come on, you 30, you didn't hear about R. Kelly all the time? I'm 30.
I think
So I heard about that.
Let's get back on topic, because I think when we said R. Kelly, everybody said, oh, R. Kelly.
Yeah. That's about the Me Too.
Because he kept doing the shit. Like, that's why it counts. Because he didn't learn nothing. He didn't fix himself. There was no growth.
So
he was locking bitches in the basement in Atlanta. So he didn't learn nothing.
So no accountability from them not learning.
I'm saying them also. Like,
I ain't going to Ted Bundy house.
No,
I know what you did 30 times.
Okay.
But okay, listen. You 14 years old, right? I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
You 14 years old. And Megan Thee Stallion go, I want something.
My mama ain't sending me to Megan Thee Stallion.
No, she's not. But you getting some pussy. Like, what?
not gonna blame the parents as much for R. Kelly because he's at the high school. Like he's actively recruiting.
Oh yeah, he's hanging out at the McDonald's across the street from the school. He's hanging out at the McDonald's.
Question: do we overlook other people that have done this stuff because, like, well, not done it, but they've actually put it in their music? Because LL Cool J said he used to be around high schools and she's 16, but she running my mind. I forgot the name of the song, but like back then in the hip hop R&B culture, it was more of a thing to talk to younger girls. Should they go back through a whole list, or are they just targeting R. Kelly because of a tape?
Listen.
Or think about
because of credible evidence. Is that what you?
Okay. Back to the topic with the Me Too, because I brought R. Kelly up and it went there.
Hold on. Before we get back to the topic,
they use
that. Y'all can't use R. Kelly because R. Kelly was actively recruiting older people. You can't. He was at the high school.
Did y'all see the video where the girl, she was saying like she stalked him? Like she was at every trial. You did all of that.
I ain't gonna lie. That shit, I don't get that.
R. Kelly was at the basketball games with a bar.
Even now, you see women saying, "Take me, like give me the thumbs up," and all these women still.
But then
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me ask you this.
I watched the first one. I watched the
You didn't watch all of it.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. You 16. Y'all leaving the football game. Somebody yell out, "Hey, party at R. Kelly house." You ain't going?
Yeah, I'm going.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. Everybody keep forgetting, especially when it comes to him. Like, oh, the little girl, they probably want is R. Kelly. She's a fucking child. She don't have the cognizance to make that decision. Because, like we said earlier, we don't have these conversations. Yeah. Every family got a uncle, or not every family, but most black families got an uncle that you know you just don't leave the kids around. No, lock his ass up. He not babysitting.
But this is what I'm saying, to say that, because sometimes women don't necessarily like when they're coming out. So say for instance, if something happened to you, right? And you feel like, okay, what this man did to me was weird, but you don't think anything of it until the next person said. That's when it become weird to you. Like you didn't know, you didn't think, and something like that honestly happened to me. Like I had an OBGYN, and I just thought he was really fucking weird. Like I thought the man was weird. Later on, but he was a good OBGYN. He lived that baby. He was really good. Later on, I looked him up because I was pregnant again. I wanted him to live my baby. I looked him up and couldn't find this man had a lawsuit, like because he was really molesting women. So I'm not gonna say the Me Too gone too far because sometimes you don't really know it's weird because you may think, okay, maybe I'm overthinking it. And then something actually happens, like, you know what, I knew I wasn't overthinking it, that motherfucker. It's really weird.
Well, I feel
so I think that's what's happening with R. Kelly. I think a lot of stuff that he was doing, it was not weird until this person said it, and now you're like, you know what?
But no, he was still, R. Kelly was still doing
the girls
weird shit.
Yeah, now all of a sudden, it's weird. But you didn't think it was weird. You know what I'm saying?
But he's still doing weird shit. This is the difference I'm trying to make. R. Kelly, when he got arrested, was doing some separate, equally weird shit, right? Mm-hmm. Right? I'm talking about, when I say it's going too far, I'm talking about guys who 80 and they like, damn, I fucked up. Like they learn to be a better person. Like I understand restitution for actions. Yeah. But I'm not the same person I was 15 years ago.
They were hitting R. Kelly. I think one lady caught in literally right before statute of limitations. 30 years ago, Bill Cosby put something in my drink. And I feel like that's what brothers comes into play because they both.
Well, I mean, I'm so because it's like when it comes down to that, it's kind of difficult because if you get that label and you're a man, you're guilty until you prove innocent.
Point.
You are guilty.
That goes to my next question. Because once that's on your name, it don't come off. Even if you prove innocent. So if a woman is proven to have lied, should she be charged?
Yes. That one actor, what's his name? The one who did No. The one who did the Nat Turner movie. Exactly. Right? Right? No, look. Because he was a I know the Nat Turner, I don't know his name. But he was the Great Debaters, the little swim movie. Like he was a rising star. And it was like, don't do that in that Turner movie. He did it, and it was like, oh well, you know, he had a rape charge, and you don't hear him no more. Even though if you look at the case, he was found innocent. He doesn't have a career anymore because somebody brought up a rape case that he won.
Now let me ask y'all this: like, if a woman is clearly lying, then she should be charged. What about the case? Because let's be honest, we have a legal system, not a justice system. So let's say somebody isn't lying, but let's say a woman isn't lying about what happened, but the evidence is questionable, and then they feel like she is lying, and she goes to jail, even though something actually happened to her.
That happens to women all the time.
Yeah, I'm saying it's fucked up, but it's a reality.
Like women who, for instance, that snap off and kill a man for raping them. Like she really got raped, but she got to go to jail because she got
That's the time that it happened with men too. Sometimes you know men they go down.
Oh, you remember it was a.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. And it happened a lot, mostly with men. Period. Like sometimes they don't did nothing and they.
You want to throw a question? You got some questions?
I will.
And it's like a situation that I know of. I wouldn't say I was actually directly affected by it, but I knew this person, and I've got services from this person. But long story short, when I went to get more services, I couldn't. The shop was closed, and so I had been seeing articles and things about just accusations they were saying about this particular person. And me and my friend would always go to this person, especially her. She has more body work than anybody. So we were puzzled because we were like, that's not that. And then even when like the accusations were coming out, I was like, I'm not gonna say they lying because I don't know their experience. Right. But what I do know that this man tells you, he tells you everything. He walks you through everything. He tell you when he finna touch you here. He tell you when he finna touch you there. He tell you how he has to touch you so he'll know what to do himself. So I'm like, why is all these women just coming out? Because he tell you this stuff before he even do anything. So, but he don't got his shop right now. Because it's a,
Hey, we gotta protect each other too, because it's not just women. I don't work somewhere where like I got called gay or whatever because I walked into the break room and a woman exposed herself and like pushed up on me. I'm like, yo, what you doing? Like, and she was like, oh, you don't want this? And like, took her clothes off at work, at an establishment. And I'm like, and I was quiet about it for a long time. I was 18 and she was like in her late 20s. And I was quiet about it, but I finally told my mom and like she, you know, help me out with the situation or whatever. But like, we gotta protect each other because it's not just women, it's not just men, children, all kind of stuff be going on.
And I have seen women like completely throw themselves at men and they just
and then play victim and
like and the man be like stop and then just and I'm just like wow.
Some women are aggressive and you can't go to the police.
You ain't like that.
Oh yeah. What did you do to provoke her to do that?
I always tell people, and not like I was going for it, but I ain't know no better. Like I lost my virginity when I was 14. She was like 26, 25. Like we don't talk about little boys.
I don't think we spotlight female predators.
We just don't talk about little boys like receiving sexual trauma because we trying to teach them to be masculine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
we try to
it affect like what they call it. I be watching SVU. A corrupted love path, like how you perceive love because of something that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like
we try to talk about it and they say just be a man.
Yeah, just be a man.
I think that's what creates so much testosterone when you get older. You got these overly aggressive guys that do these things because I mean, not taking up R. Kelly, but he did say his aunties and older people used to do stuff to him. And they said that's the reason why he turns it around and does some of the stuff he does. And I think that if we look at the problem in the beginning, we can stop some of this stuff.
Yeah. But I always give huge props like to the younger generation now because they've made a space where we can talk about all these things that a lot of us have lived through and just weren't able to talk about. We weren't able to heal from and we continue with traumas. You know what I'm saying? So.
Like to Talk to Me Nice podcast.
Yeah, because I have a friend and I always joke like, why are you not married? Why are you not married? Because he's a good looking guy. He makes a lot of money, but when I say is a hoe, I mean and he owns it. But I'm like, why you just won't? Because you have a good taste in women. Like these are phenomenal women. Like just pick one. But one day we talked, And he was just talking, like, it shocked me because he said it was so much ease. Like, but he just told me his story, and I was just like, wow. But like he said, he lost his virginity to an older woman, and then after that, it was nothing but older women. Like, and I'm just like, it's crazy because looking at him and knowing him, you would never know why people operate the way they do.
All right, let's move to the next question for time purposes. Should minimum wage be raised to 15 an hour?
Yeah.
McDonald's included. Everywhere.
Yeah. It actually need to be higher than that, but
I got one word for you: inflation.
That's why I kind of bit my lip on
Kind
it.
of like, oh yeah, no.
I think
maybe so. It should be higher than 725 or 775.
People forget minimum wage jobs were never for you to live off of.
That's true.
Yeah,
but
but
I mean
that's the workforce.
Now, I mean,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's true, but at the same time, let's say you work at McDonald's and they raised it 15 an hour. Let's say you currently make 15 an hour, and now McDonald's also makes 15 an hour. What you gonna go to your boss and say?
Hey, the job I work, I shouldn't be making minimum wage. We gotta.
Exactly.
It wasn't minimum wage
But
yesterday, so why I'm making minimum wage today
right
because they
now,
got it.
that's what's happening.
So, but when you go to your boss and then your boss raise you back up, guess everybody, if they raise it 15 an hour, everything everywhere is gonna have to adjust for that.
Yeah.
So
That's what's happening.
Your $600 apartment, whatever, right now, it's still gonna be basically the same thing. It's just gonna be $1,200 now.
If you can work a full-time job, right, and not have enough money to live, and I don't mean live the luxury, but you can't pay your rent and your water bill in the same month. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's not reasonable. Why is that the minimum amount of money you can make? You can't do shit with that. If you want to have a separate bracket for because like you said, it's not supposed to be for full-time jobs, it's supposed to be for like teenagers and all that, whatever. Then have a separate pay scale for them. If that's how you want to play it, why would you intentionally keep a population of your adult workforce in poverty?
At the same, I understand. But minimum wage is supposed to be usually your first job. You're supposed to move on from there. There's a lot of people who just get comfortable. Because I know shit. You remember I worked 5 minimum jobs at one time, and my life was still getting cut off. So you know what I did? I can keep working these 5 jobs for no money. I went and applied to something better.
Yeah.
But that's where you started. But if you decide to stay there, making minimum wage, I mean, is that really on you? Or who's that on?
I don't know, because they do be setting up different criteria nowadays where it's like you're not gonna be a certain amount of age working. You gotta. My cousins had to fight to get at McDonald's nowadays. Back in the day, yeah, cool, but nowadays they want you to have almost, certain 5 years of experience just to work at McDonald's or Walmart. You're not really.
I didn't even.
It's like how?
Well, not now.
I like to say, like, people coming there and they'll turn people around. I'm just like,
Yeah.
damn, what kind of experience do you really need to work here?
Exactly.
Another thing y'all don't realize, if everybody gets a $7 raise, all the companies is gonna do is fire most of y'all. So now you're gonna have an unemployment problem.
They're doing that now.
But I also
That's what
feel
they also go overseas. So
Like, is that
yeah,
Robin,
overseas.
like robbing Peter to pay Paul? Okay, we give you a little more raise, but now we're gonna fire you. Like,
That's just like
what's the point of keeping your population in poverty?
that's just like with the COVID with them jobs. I think if you had like over a certain amount of employees, you had to give them unemployment. And guess what the jobs did? Y'all fired, and they ain't not employees no more. Same thing. Y'all gotta pay everybody $15 now. Pay who? Hey, y'all go find
And
15
they cut
somewhere.
a lot of people. A lot of jobs cut. A lot of people doing that, but at the same time too, even when they fired those people, they still had to. So much unemployment still came from.
I'm about to say,
that
but
company.
they starting to be smart about that too. They trying to nitpick at you to get you fired for some, so they don't have to pay you, because that unemployment rate went up real quick, and the government ain't playing.
Not to mention Georgia's an at-will state, so they don't need much to fire you.
Right. But let's talk about the underlying issue here. Like, we talk about at the base level, right? Mm-hmm. Like, why are we put in positions to struggle? Because we are, like, governmentally. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much of the population is under the poverty line?
And then that's all what I was saying.
Because trickle down economics that don't work, and we keep trying it. And how much of the population controls most of the wealth in this country?
That's matter of fact, let's jump right into that question. Should rich people pay more taxes? Because I don't know if y'all know, 95 to 96% of the world's wealth is owned by 8%.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm always saying.
Why shouldn't you have?
You got more.
I
You got more money to do it.
People who could be rich for several lifetimes pay the
I
least
just
amount of
say
taxes.
this. During
It
COVID,
makes no sense.
During COVID, the poor got poor and the rich got richer.
Yeah.
And that is so unfair because it was people really could not go to work and that's the only way they know how to make a living. And them people out of houses, out of businesses. But the rich capitalized off this. The rich got richer. Like, because of all these loans, all these grants. They know how to work.
rich too with the PPPs, man.
No,
Yeah.
They got locked up.
Some of them did.
I know some guys who were smart and made it shake something, and they had the money to hit it back.
I said, some people gotta pay that.
Even with the stimulus, like it took me I didn't get my stimulus to this year. This year, like it was a whole on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm poor. Okay, I need a dollar in my face. It all came at one time.
You what?
I'm poor. I need a dollar. It all came at one time. It all came at one time.
She was at her phone like, I gotta go. I see y'all in a few weeks. That's when she went to Miami and got them shoes.
It all came at one time.
It's tax free in Florida.
I stayed in Florida. My kids went to Disney. We balled out. You know?
Lord. All right. We got a few more questions left, man. Wars never justified is a question I got. What do y'all think about wars?
I feel like wars are political.
I think it's all financial.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, most of the time wars ain't.
If you look at the Cold War, there was really never a war. They just see who could suit up with the most weapons.
I was about to say, just kill each other. Like, y'all just kill
The Cold War was basically two dudes arguing who never know who got the fight.
Who got the big gun?
You realize what nationalism is?
That's all it is.
Like repping your country, going to like it's a reason for you to hate somebody you never met. You feel me? Like my country's better than yours, even though I've never been there to experience any of your culture.
Then it goes to just.
And then now I have to go kill you because two dudes don't like each other. Like you.
Two dudes who would never be out here fighting with us.
That'll never be right here with us fighting. Don't like each other. So now I gotta come kill you, who I don't know, and don't know anything about your culture.
That's a fact.
So let's like. Where do you go from there? Where do you go from there?
Yeah, I like that. We were in that question there. Let's get down to these next few. Oh, I like this one. Should abortion require two-parent consent? What if daddy want the baby, mama don't?
Yeah. I feel I think yes. Only because like depending on the situation. For me, I feel like it would be.
She was raped then, though.
Okay, yeah, like that's how my mom always perceived me.
I mean, let's generalize. Obviously, if she was raped, you get rid of the baby. For general, regular stuff. Just like sometimes dude don't want the baby, mama want the baby happens. What if daddy want the baby, mama don't want the baby?
It should definitely be considered by both parents if it.
What if they not really together and it's a fling?
Okay, it's a fling.
What if mama and daddy are together?
Why wouldn't he sign the paper?
Right. If it's a fling, he should definitely be like, all right.
To argue most of the time, it's flings all the time. Daddy say, get rid of that. Mom said, no, I'm gonna keep it. What's the difference if daddy said, no, you keep it this time?
Because it's their body.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. That's what it goes down to.
But that's like the same way if it's your body, you have a baby and you say, I want to keep it, I got to carry it.
I understand that.
But the responsibility, we both decide to have sex unprotected, right? So if you don't want to keep, like if you want to keep the baby and I didn't, you would keep it, right?
You can't say that though. We both did make a choice to have sex
We both made the choice.
I gotta carry this baby. I gotta be pregnant, not you, and we both made that choice.
And it's y'all the one that
You got a choice not to.
Listen, okay, I have a choice not to put my hand on the stove. I know I'm gonna burn myself. I knew that if I had sex unprotected, we can make a baby. Now I want my baby, but you don't, so you get to kill my child.
Right. I mean, she is vice versa.
All right, you want to have a baby and I don't, and I punch you in the stomach.
What about this? What about this? A woman who keeps a baby, have a baby, like you said, y'all both made that conscious choice to have sex unprotected. Yeah. The baby's here. Boom. Now you don't want to be no daddy no more. You just gone. Nobody can't make you stay.
That's what I'm saying.
Now I'm
okay. Because I didn't want to bring that up without y'all doing that. Well, why the fuck do y'all get the baby every time?
It came
out my dick first.
Yo, that's.
I don't have
That's a good point. Go ahead.
That's what we go be talking about influences. You think that you're more obligated because you have to carry it. The male seahorse got to carry babies. I mean, what if we would have been that male seahorse? Would you have felt the same type of way? Well, like, don't kill my baby if I had to carry it? I'm sorry, God gave you a period and pregnancy and didn't give it to me. Nobody tells you to eat that fruit. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I understand, but there is still a conscious decision there because I've been in a situation where I was called a monster because she ran to mom and daddy who ran to my mom and daddy when I said, yo, it is what it is. I'm a father now. Back when I was selling shoes with you with infrared sixes trying to help out with everything. She ran out and got an abortion and they called me a monster and that haunts me to this day. And to this day, she won't even look me in my face. I said, let's keep it. You ran out to West Georgia and did what you did. So now I got to live a whole life of burden because you had to carry it and I didn't.
Hey, what about the parents who sent the kids to Michael Jackson's house? Y'all just gave them a pass.
No, I
don't think.
That was even worse because they were young.
And you know why we didn't care about Michael Jackson? I'm gonna tell you exactly why we didn't care as much about Michael Jackson. He didn't fuck black kids. He didn't fuck black kids. We didn't care.
Talking about controversial. That's a fact.
This is true.
He didn't.
He liked sick white kids.
Sick white kids.
I know
Mexican.
Who said that Dave Chappelle he touched that one sick white kid and then the kid was supposed to die in like 3 months?
But he kept living.
And he kept living through the whole time.
Every time I see you, it gets stronger.
Next question. What if your child identifies as the opposite sex and wants to transition early? How do you handle it?
Okay.
Example like Dwayne Wade's son.
There's limits.
I'm about to say,
there's limits. There has transition. How young?
I made it very simple. I feel like the same way that you would make decisions with your child sexually as if they were hetero, right? Mm-hmm. So like if you're gonna start having the sex talk with your child at what, 16?
Right.
Let's just say to put it at an even keel, right? Then you had that conversation then, maybe.
So you gonna wait till they open up, or you gonna make?
Nah, if that's who you are, you gonna wait. Listen, I don't.
So what if your son come to you and say, "Hey, pops, I want some titties, bro. Can he get them?"
At what age? What are we talking about?
Hold on.
What is going to the youngest kid we seen?
Hold on. Because I always talking 360. That go back to, should they be teaching sex ed early?
Exactly.
I mean, you think like Dwayne Wade's son, was he 10, 11?
Yeah, and he was going to Pride.
Look,
too early.
Listen, I always reference this, especially when I'm having like the LGBTQ whatever conversation, right? I have a cousin.
That was just a dislike right there. This is gonna be a horrible dislike.
Nah, like I have a cousin. I have a cousin who grew up with us. He was that cousin. Whenever we went outside, they were like, "Take your cousin with you." So he was out with us playing ball, doing we ain't had no business doing all that. But we always knew.
Yeah.
He was a little sassy. You know what I mean? Like from when he was a kid, like we knew he was a little. You know, whatever. So when he grew up and that's what he was, nobody was surprised. And it's not because nobody had the sex conversation with him early. That's just who he was. Now, I'm not saying, you know what you like, because you see little tomboy girls who, you know, like, that's what's waiting to happen. Like, or whatever. But, true. But, you know what I'm saying? So, who am I to say that they can't identify with who they feel like? what they think they are or whatever. Like, I can't take away your self-understanding. But I can tell you that you can't take serious body-altering medicines and surgeries until you're of age to make that consent.
Because they got this man, and how old you said he was? Oh, excuse me, she is. Because the only problem I have with certain people, once they push the LGBTQ envelope, they push it. Like to the point of they don't even understand. You want it to be normal, be normal. It's not normal for a 13-year-old to be at a pride festival with half-naked grown adults. That's not saying that we don't want your... That's not saying we
Carnival.
Your child shouldn't be there. Strip club.
That's
your child.
No. Like your child should be at strip club, but carnival. That's like a countrywide celebration, right? Yeah. And the women got on the next to nothing. That's all that.
That's to say what? Because I've been going to Mardi Gras.
I was thinking Mardi Gras.
Yay high. My kids, I take my kids to.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's not an excuse. It seems better because it seems like it's less. Should kids be exposed to pride? We expose them to hetero nudity, damn nudity constantly.
No, that depends on who you are. That because who you are because I mean my son likes to listen to. He only 2. He likes to listen to Doja Cat Juicy. He ain't watching the video.
He listens.
You know what I'm saying?
I can understand.
You know what I'm saying? It depends on, and even that's bad. I mean,
you take 2-year-olds to pride though, like.
Who's 13? What do you need to be saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like
the carnival. What are they there for? That's an adult event. What are you there for?
It is technically an adult event.
Right?
It's always technically an adult event if you just take your kids.
Man, I went to Freaknik. Like,
you definitely should have been.
And I should not have been there.
Right, but that goes back to parent accountability. What are you exposed to?
Just because I guess just because you're there doesn't mean you're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
6.
I was 6 and
baby. I was born at.
What were child services?
86. I was with my dad and all my uncles, and I was the mascot. You know, he threw me up on the show and we was out there.
Oh my God.
Pop trying to secure them. Hey, don't let get them through because they see you a good dad.
You can't buy happiness, but you can buy local, and that's kind of the same thing. Support what supports you. That summer body starts in the winter. Our co-host for the day is Dante of Inferno Training. Looking for boxing lessons or a personal trainer? Look no further than Dante. Hard-working guy, ready to help you achieve that dream body. Contact Dante today, and when you speak to him, remember to talk to him nice.
It's a mostly female question. 50-50 on bills.
I'm all for that. I'm an independent woman.
So I just posted something. Like I don't know if y'all seen the post at the game.
The man and woman split the bills, like they live together.
I think it should.
She said, "Oh, it didn't answer."
It all depends. It just all depends.
On what?
She was talking. That's why I didn't answer.
I'm sorry, but
No,
it just. I mean, I don't know. It's just all depends. I did a relationship where it been 50-50. I did a relationship where my man covered majority of the bills, and I picked up whatever, you know what I'm saying, I needed to pick up. So I guess it just all depends on the situation that you're in. If you're in a situation where your man feel like he wants to handle all the bills, then I would say let him handle all the bills, and then your money could be picked up for vacation, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So
would it make it?
How often we go on vacation? I've been on vacation.
You taking your man on vacation?
Yes, I actually did. Actually, I stayed home for 4 months when I had our child. I stayed home for 4 months on maternity leave. I did not get paid. I was part-time, and then I picked up and I took us on a cruise to the Bahamas. I did.
What time
does it? Does that?
And no, it wasn't tax time. His birthday's in October, and I threw him a 25th birthday party.
Does that account for all the bills he don't pay?
But I picked up. I still. It doesn't matter about all the bills he paid.
That's what I'm saying.
She did something like that.
I threw him a 25th birthday party. He had never had a birthday party out. Surprise birthday party. Laid it out, and I still picked up and I took us to the Bahamas, and I paid for the trip. He didn't front any money on that trip. I paid for that trip. So no, they don't account for all the bills that.
But maybe that's what y'all needed in y'all relationship. That's what that's fine.
Yeah, it don't account for all the bills that he paid, but at the same time, same token, I could just sit there and be like, whatever. His birthday came up, he didn't pay all these bills, now he looking crazy. Those are the first trips out of the country.
I don't think, like, my opinion with the 50-50 is, if they're our bills, I feel like the man should take the biggest bills.
What if you make more money?
Oh, now if I make more money, I don't mind. Me personally, but at the end of the day, and you know, am I lying?
Why the man gotta pay?
But here's the thing. I'm not doing though. I'm about to shock out with this. I feel like if I, as a woman, a working wife, a working mother, if I have to pay bills, we're doing everything together. It ain't no gender roles on anything. Right. It ain't no why you ain't cooked today. Why you ain't cook today?
So take the trash out too.
Exactly. I don't mind.
I don't mind. Hey, when I say stuff to y'all, when I say stuff to y'all, if I have to pay bills, I don't mind paying bills. I'm gonna have to pay bills with or without you anyway, because I have my own bills.
Right. That's how I
don't mind, but don't sit here and think.
You a grown ass woman who not gonna shut up if I tell you to shut up. You gotta pay half these bills.
And that's why I said I don't mind, because I'm not gonna shut up.
Exactly.
But you gonna help me fold these clothes, wash these clothes. Like,
What's your next question?
You do laundry, I cook. What's that?
Exactly.
So would y'all date someone if their parents didn't like you?
Yes, I would, because I ain't sleeping with your mom and dad.
Thank you.
Okay.
Don't bring that
I think it depends because, like, I personally couldn't date somebody that my mom wouldn't like. Because all the time you would constantly hear, "Oh, he doing this, you doing that, you still."
So you gotta shut that out.
But why?
I know, I get that though. I get that, but I understand. But I wouldn't want to have that a constant all the time. Like, eventually, you would get fed up with it. You would get annoyed. And yes, some people have that tendency of blocking it out. But at the same time, though, are you constantly gonna want to hear that over and over again? Like, "Oh, you shouldn't be with him," and then something happens. And now you playing, "Oh, I should have listened."
I got a question. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22? Oh, okay.
Let me ask you
Okay,
this.
hold on. Wait. When we do stuff like that, I'm like that.
Oh,
I ain't
cause you grown now. You just not talk to your mama.
I mean,
Now, hold on. Matter of fact, that even when you talk to your mama, how does your mama have an opinion on a young man she hasn't met unless you gave her that opinion?
But I'm saying though, in general, I'm not just talking about me. I'm just saying for anybody. If they were in that position, you can see stories all the time where they like, "Oh, my mom didn't like him." I
To be fair, most moms don't
But
have an opinion on a random guy until you start telling them stuff.
Or that,
and then you
or
forgive
they
them.
see
But mama
something
like,
that you can't see.
I remember.
I think that's what it really be. They see something that you can't see. Where you heard that saying, "Your mother is right." To a certain extent, she is. But yes, you do have that. You know, you can.
I mean, yeah, mama can have an idea, but something around there, mama is now looking to be justified in her idea, and she can only get it from one place.
And then too, like you've been in a position, you ever been in a position where somebody just keeps saying, "Oh, this gonna happen, 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 this gonna happen," and you wonder why it's happening.
I don't want you to know at that point.
I don't know. My mom ain't never dictate my relationships, but for other people that I've heard the story from, that's been the reason why.
I guess it just depends on how much say-so you let your parents have.
Yeah,
in the situation.
You can let somebody take over your whole life.
Because you can have people, you know what I'm saying, their parents just be, you could constantly date, but their parents pushing you.
And everything we do is 360. That go back to parents sometimes try to live vicariously through you because they don't see certain ticks that they deal with today that they never let go, that they trying to hold you from. Like, girl, your daddy did stuff like that, and I should have let them go. You can't let them live through you like that.
I'm trying to protect you because I made the same mistake.
Right. Well, let me make it and learn from it.
What did you learn from that mistake?
Past trauma.
Mom had it.
And if you notice,
I decided to go down there early.
And if you notice,
that was my choice.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, would you let your mama take? Like, I don't want to incriminate nobody, but like, if your mama would stop smoking today.
Yeah, she gonna be barred.
She gonna be
wishing I wasn't smoking.
So why would I let you affect my love life?
I wouldn't, because I mean I was in that position at first at one point. She was like, "Oh no, this is
nasty. Nowhere. You know, and that's when you start to finish. You don't know her like I know her. She ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere, bro. I'm sorry.
Parents be speaking off experience and not facts.
That's true.
That's a fact.
That's true.
Jealousy.
Or just, like he said, jealousy, or they could be judgmental because I've gotten advice from people that How you gonna sit there and tell me you use your own advice?
Okay.
But in fairness to that line of thinking, I can tell you 100% what not to do.
I mean, I'm gonna do it.
I can tell you exactly what not to do.
Basically,
Say your line.
If you're telling me to do one thing and you haven't done it or experienced it yourself, it's kind of like how
if
can
you
you tell
haven't
me to do it?
experienced it, it's nothing. But if I've experienced it,
Okay,
and you're like, well, why you didn't take your own advice? Because I had to fuck up to learn.
Yo, I say his line now. He said, a smart man learns from his own mistakes, but a wise man learns from others' mistakes. I learned from him.
So I'll take it.
You said on the podcast.
But nah, that's a fact. All right, so those are all the questions. But if you ever seen the podcast, you know how we end every podcast with love. So I need every single one of y'all to tell one person who may not know, so you can't use your parents, you can't use your kids, somebody who probably does not know that you appreciate them or you love them, and why. Now for y'all too, y'all can say whoever, y'all been here long enough, so y'all probably ran out of people. But for y'all, one person who does not probably know, tell them you appreciate them and why. Everyone get quiet now.
I want to say thank you and give people their flowers while they're here. Clone, 478 Clone. He gave me an opportunity and a platform. You believe in me, you coach me when you think I need coaching. You really put me in all the places to be successful when you really don't have to. I want to let you know I appreciate you.
All right, shout out Clone, man.
Well, I like to appreciate my uncle. My uncle up in Chicago. After my parents died when I was young, after they passed away, he kind of made sure we were straight. A lot of folks said they were gonna be there. They weren't there, but he stuck around. So I do appreciate him for that.
Love. All right.
I would like to appreciate.
I'm sorry.
I would like to appreciate my best friend, Kartisha. I love you, girl. You know I love you because you're always there for me, no matter what it is, no matter the time of day, the time of night. We've been friends since 2005, and we still rocking strong to this day. We were pregnant together. You give me business advice. I give you business advice. It's just always love. It's nothing selfish.
I appreciate.
What did I say? Oh,
I could have cut it before then.
You fucked it up again.
She got it. She did.
I appreciate you so much, girl. Love you.
All right. Who else?
I'm going to shout out my girl Kanisha Best. I met her about 4 years ago. That's my road dog. When I lack, she pick it up. She keep me going. She know what all she do. I'm gonna shout out her. I love her.
Like always, definitely shout out to my wife. Always thankful for her keeping me emphasized. Because I'm normally a homebody, but she tells my ass to get out there. You know? It was about 5 years ago. Yeah, we moved in together. We was just boyfriend, girlfriend, wondering if this is gonna work. And we fast forward 5 years, married, and she told me to get on this podcast, get your ass out there, and I've been coming here. And so I definitely thank her for keeping me going. Side note, definitely shout out to my man Dan Trell right here. We used to work together at Geico. We were on the little same team. He used to always ask me for questions. I used to help him, and I remember one time needed a car ride home. He asked to pay me. That's how I knew he was a good guy. But I knew he was a good guy too, so I said, "Don't worry about it, man." And now, fast forward now, I'm seeing him on this podcast doing his photography. So I definitely saw him grow.
My flowers.
I need to speak to y'all about the mold, but anyway.
Yeah, come to mold.
I need to speak to y'all.
I thought you.
It don't matter. Every time I went here, I ain't never did it because I think it's too close to home, but whatever. My kid's mother, you pushed out 2 hours right there in the delivery room for both of them. You put me through a lot, I put you through a lot, but you still here, you still kicking. You, whatever we going through, we cool, we friends. You still holding it down for family in certain situations that, going on. Hopefully one day you come on the podcast, tell your story. I love you.
I'm last. It's okay. It's
Say
okay.
the best.
I want to appreciate my team, BPM. We are music. We're working on music, We have an artist, Emo. Shout out to Emo.
Emo on the clock tomorrow. You can send me a song.
Shout out to them.
I hope I ain't got
if it wasn't for them, I really feel like I wouldn't be out as much as I am. I said they kind of broke me out of that shell. Like, oh, I hate meeting people, but I like meeting people. But you know that weird, awkward feeling when you first meet somebody. It's like, oh, hey, my name is, and then you like, but hey, nice to meet you. Like that's how I was at first. And then being I had to go out and network and meet all these different people and go to different shows and like show my face as a constant, like it kind of really helped me. And that pushed me in other fields too. Like I do paintings, I do hair. So with them, it would be no me. So.
Okay, we have
another one. Thing.
Yeah, another one. Lawrence, I do appreciate you. I know we beef, and when we edit. But one thing I can't tell anybody, and that's something me and my mom talk about all the time, is no matter how bad we get into it or what we go through, there's nothing I can call this man and ask him for or just advice. It don't even have to be tangible with money. This man has came to my rescue so much, and he knows that with stuff that has nothing to do with him. And you may not speak for months, but if I call, he's there. And I just appreciate you for that. I appreciate you being a good friend to me all these years, and even after we had Ashton, I just appreciate you.
I see the growth.
Alright, man. So now the floor is open. Does anybody have any announcements, anything going on, anything you need to say before we close this thing out?
Anyone got any businesses, musicians, whatever that want to get the name out there, hit me up. My wife does podcasts. She owns her own podcast channel on Instagram. She's looking for more people to interview. She'll come to you, you come to her if you're trying to get your music, your food. She interviews anybody, anyone who's in the media industry that just wants to get their name out there. So feel free to contact me.
All right. Anybody else? Any last minute? Anything just to come to your mind?
Y'all make sure y'all come see me at Vibes, y'all favorite server and bartender. And at Social, of course. And I'll be on the lookout for Simple Sips, the lunch and
I knew I knew you from somewhere.
Be on the lookout for Simple Sips. My catering cocktail service will be available soon. So be on the lookout.
All right, last. Speak now, ever hold your peace.
Wartime Battle League on YouTube. Wartime Battles. Holla at us.
Anybody else?
Yes. Actually, the artist MTR Emo got 2 shows coming up this weekend. One in Macon at the Macon Arts Center, and he got one in Columbus. So y'all be ready for that. I will be having footage for that.
Now I'm gonna put y'all both on the spot because y'all know Emo. He sent me a song. I think it's called "Feeling Strange." Is the name of it?
I'm in the video actually. I think it's
So
a great song.
In the video.
So what's your opinion on it? You said it's a great song.
I like it.
I haven't heard it. I'm hearing it tomorrow
I
on
like
camera.
it. Like you're gonna hear the words and actually, understand what he's saying. It's not too much of something going over something like it was actually
True.
crafted.
So I should start tomorrow with his songs, what y'all telling me.
I mean, you can. Cause my fans normally go last on certain stuff, so I would appreciate if you read somewhere in the, at the beginning of the segment instead of the.
I don't know if he seen the video or just the song.
He sent me the video too.
Oh.
But we just took the song from it, so I mean.
Okay. Hey.
We don't give points for videos. We talk about the song.
It's crazy. As far as the song, when we actually were talking about some of the topics, I was like, dang. When you listen to that song, you're gonna see exactly some of the stuff that we talk about.
Definitely.
Like,
Definitely.
I heard it. So when y'all see this podcast and then y'all go watch the rap sheet and we start talking about Emo songs, hey,
I'm gonna be like, y'all ain't had to do
I
comments. That's what we need.
I hope he equals out. Don't worry about that. But nah, shout out Emo, man. Hopefully it's a good song. I'm sure it is. I hope nobody sent me a bad song. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. But other than that, man, if you great people have nothing else to say.
One more thing. Stop playing with me on the pressure cooker. As soon as it go back to Saturdays, I'm coming. You cheat, huh? I'm coming for you, brother. I'm coming for the band, bro. I'm telling you. Derek Vibes is coming from behind the seat. I'm finna talk to you nice. The articulation finna go behind the hat, and I'm finna show you who I really am.
Shout out, Esco Xterra, the current champion of the pressure cooker. Again, 3 minutes can win you $100. That simple, man. You pick your own beat. You decide if it's pre-written or freestyle, man. Judge, winner take all. Loser, yeah, you still get views. So hey, you still get something, just not money. But other than that, if these great people have said everything they need to say, I am Warren Spray, and this was the Talk to Me Nice